Hello everyone, Nigel Saunders here of Kapok Bonsai. Today we're doing a follow-up on our Ceiba pentandra seeds, the giant kapok seeds that we planted 5 days ago. Last night, for the first time, I started noticing some activity in the pots, so let's go in and have a look at it. Here's our first seed that's got some activity. You can see out the top of the seed, it's got a root that comes out of the top and then goes down into the soil. So I imagine this part of the seed will lift up and that's where the first leaves will come out. Which I've been looking on the internet and it looks like the first leaves that come out are quite big on these trees. They're, yeah, really big. If we go back further in the pot, back to here, I'll give a close-up of that. There's a seed, maybe two, that are lifting up out of the pot here. So the root's gone down into the soil and it's lifting up. There's also, if we pan over here, and focus it, there's also a bump in the soil here and a couple of bumps further in other places in the pot. So it looks like something's happening. There's going to be some more seeds coming up, I hope. The other pot too has a little root coming out of one of the seeds. So it looks like at least one in this pot has started to grow. So this is the pot with the deeper surface layer of soil on it, which has less sprouts at the moment, and the one with the shallow surface layer of soil seems to have more sprouts at the moment. So, and the one with the shallow surface layer of soil was kept in the greenhouse with high humidity and heat, and the other one was outside, so that may have something to do with it, the heat and humidity. So I think I'll move both of them into the greenhouse now, because they seem to like the greenhouse conditions better than being outside in the sunlight. I've also been bringing them in at night, so I bring them out, put them in the greenhouse in the morning when it gets warm. They stay there all day, and then at nighttime I bring them into the plant room here where they stay warm at night. You shouldn't get these seeds below about 20 degrees Celsius. They should stay warm all the time. Hi everyone, welcome to day 6 of sprouting my Kapok tree seeds. You can see the one seed back here is starting to show some green on it. It's coming out of the soil. In the same pot, there's another root coming out of one of the seeds here. You can just see it kind of curling down into the soil. And there's a few more bumps in the soil, so I think something is growing in there. Well, let's go over to the other pot now. In our other pot, we've got 2 seeds sprouting here. And just beside it, we have another seed sprouting here. In the pot that was in the greenhouse with the shallow top dressing on it, I count 7 seeds that have sprouted so far. So I've got 7 here and 2 in the other pot. So 9 seeds so far have germinated, and hopefully they'll do well. I'm keeping them warm and humid. I've got them in the plant room today because the weather suddenly turned very cool outside. It's only about, well, it got down to about 12 degrees last night, and it's supposed to get down to 7 degrees Celsius tonight. So I'm going to keep them in the plant room until it warms up in the next couple of days. So we'll check in again on another day and see how they're doing. Another day's gone by in the daily life of my kapok seedlings. And look what's happening today. We've got our first green showing and lots of sprouts. Over in the other pot, we've got a lot of stuff happening too. A few green things, and one's getting pretty tall, and lots of roots growing out of the seeds. So I counted them. We've got 16 total growing as of today. So I'm really happy. Here we are crossing the Niagara River, and you can see the falls in front of us, Niagara Falls, the American Falls, and the Horseshoe Falls. There's Julian looking with his binoculars. Nice sight, eh, Jules?
Yeah.
Here they are. We've skipped a day, and we're getting the baby leaves are coming out quite nicely on this pot. And the pot that was planted shallower actually has less developing seedlings in it now. And the reason is that some of the seeds that were near the surface, the root came out, but it didn't go into the soil very well. Maybe the seed rolled or the root dried out a bit before it reached the soil. So some of the seeds that were sprouting, the root kind of started to dry up on them. We still have a lot of good sprouts coming out, but yeah, so the ones that were planted deeper now are doing better. Hi everyone, welcome to day 10 of planting my kapok seeds. So the seeds, a lot of them are germinating. We're going to do a final count at the end here. I'll show you what stage they're at. We'll get a close-up. There's a close-up of the plants. There's my fingers for reference. So, you know, they're not massive, but they're fairly big. The leaves are darkening up nicely as they get more sunlight. And the true leaves, these aren't the true leaves. They'll be coming up in the middle here, which will be the star-shaped leaves, or the, you know, the compound 5-pointed star leaves. And you can see the height of the tree. It's about the height of my finger. So they're getting quite tall too. You can see after 10 days there's still seeds germinating. You can see this one coming up out of the soil, and there's one behind it. Yeah, here's a shot of one lifting the seed pod off the ground. It's got its root going into the soil. Here's our other pot. We've got some strong shoots in there. And here's another seedling that's just got the seed pod still on top. And there's lots in the pot that are still coming out of the soil. Let's do our count now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 good ones. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sort of guaranteed ones that are going to turn into plants. The total number that we have that are germinating, have roots, and are underway is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, 23. 23 possible plants. So I'm pretty happy out of 100 seeds to get 23%. For me, that's good. Hi everyone, it's day 12 of our kapok seedlings. Not too many changes. We skipped a day, but on some of them, right between the two leaves here, we're kind of getting a spike in the middle, which will be the start of our true leaves. So that's coming on some of the stronger ones. Some of the other seeds, I've had to replant them. What's happening, as the root grows, it's pushing itself out of the ground instead of the tip of the root going into the soil. So yeah, and then it tips over and then it dries up. I've had that on a couple of them, so I've had to take the seed and rebury it. And I don't know if it'll live or not, but that's what I've done. So yeah, so we may lose a few seedlings. Here's a close-up of one of the seedlings, and you can see the true leaves are starting to come up in between these two. You can just see the start of them. Here's my other pot. Everything's looking okay in those. They're growing taller, and the leaves are trying to force themselves out of the seed casing. There's some in here that I've had to replant just because they, as I said, they popped out of the soil. Hopefully they'll live. We'll see. Through the magic of our time machine, we've skipped ahead 3 days. So we're on day 15 now. And we're starting to get our actual leaves developing on some of the stronger ones. This one here, this one. They all have kind of a spike in the middle, but this one, the leaves are actually starting to come out. So let's have a look at them. There's a close-up of our mature leaves coming out. I mentioned on day 12 that some of the seedlings, instead of the root going into the ground, it pushed the tree out of the ground, or out of the soil, and made it tip over. So I replanted those ones, and they seem to be doing okay. You can see this low one here is one that I replanted, and its leaves came out fine. So I think they'll live. At the end of day 15, my total count of living seeds is up to 25 now of possible seedlings that will survive into trees. So we'll check in later when these mature leaves are coming out. Hi everyone, welcome to day 16 and our last day of shooting our kapok seedlings. The mature leaves are just coming out on my tallest one. In the other pot we've also got leaves coming out on them. I had to replant some more seeds that had popped out of the ground. Instead of the root going in the soil, the seed popped up. And they seem to be doing okay still. My final count for the seedlings is 26 possible trees. So that's plenty. I am going to build a temple, a replica of the temple near Angkor Wat. It's the one with the Tomb Raider temple that was in the movie Tomb Raider, and we're going to build a replica of that and grow a couple of our kapok trees over top of the temple. So that'll be an exciting project to do with these seedlings. Thanks for following my kapok seeds from a little seed to seedlings with their first true leaves. We're going to be doing more follow-ups on these trees later on as they progress. So Nigel Saunders of KW Bonsai. Do something green today. Turn off some lights when you're not using them. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.